e-book, Meeting the Flames. Black Saturday was a pivotal moment in our history. It touched thousands of people's, the residents, the family, the friends and the emergency support workers. This is nothing new to any of you sitting here today. But what interests us was on Black Saturday many women were left alone, often with children, to escape or fight the sudden fires. Some made the decision to leave early and return to a community changed physically and emotionally forever. These accounts reveal that women were often alone and sometimes alone with children as they escaped or fought the fires. Almost without exception, at one stage, the women and those around them thought death was imminent. The women reflected on their own responsiveness too, with some stating that at times they were unable to function, effectively paralysed by fear and indecision.
It was my son's Edie's birthday. The night before, Joe, my husband, and I had festooned the house with balloons and streamers, and there were great plans about the celebration we were going to have down on the Oval that night. Things began to change. The fire siren went off, and that was an unusual thing. It went on and off when it was hot all the time, and it went from that beautiful blue, intensely blue day to that horrible burnt orange. And my husband Joe, he wasn't even on call, but he got a phone call at that point. He had to go up to the DSE office. He was leaving us. And I'm scared as I'm driving him up there, and I'm telling him I don't want him to go, and I start to cry. I tell him that I'll do what I have to do, and I know that it's his job, and that not to worry about us, everything will be fine. I'll pack, just in case something happens. We're running between the houses trying to exchange information. Who knows what, who's had a phone call from where. I pack the photos and I distract the kids by letting them demolish the birthday cake, which is now burnt in all the ensuing chaos. We catch chickens, we catch doves, and we have no idea what's going on. There's no siren, and I doubt myself. I think to myself, surely if there was some shit going down, the siren would be going off. Am I overreacting? Am I being a bit of a, drama queen? Last thing I want to do is come back and look stupid the next day for leaving a town that was perfectly fine. But the wind is so hot and it's so strong, and the sun and the quality of the sky, there's this uneasy sense in the pit of my stomach. And then I get a phone call from my auntie who lives over the ridge behind us. She's in Narmathon. And she said that the fire's on the ridge. And I say to her, no, Auntie Jill, it can't be on the ridge, it's the Kilmore fire. She says, well, it's the Narmathon fire now. Don't faff about, get out. But I don't. I still am doubting myself. Surely that fire siren would go off if I needed to worry. I pick up the kids now with a sense of urgency and I put them into the car. Lucy's taken her shoes off, but there's no time now. We've got to go. There's a real sense of urgency now, and as we leave the Cumberland, the wind is so hard and the branches are starting to come down, and you feel and you see, and the smoke is coming into the town, this sense, tremendous sense of urgency. And as I'm walking across the road with a shoeless Lucy under one arm and a cage of doves in the other, there is AJ. AJ's 12 years old. AJ's got his little dog and he's watching the people around town evacuate like this. I say to him, AJ, go home, your mother will be frantic. He goes, Mum's not home. I say, well, where's your dad? And he says, they're all in Churnside. And the colour drains out of my face. And I say to him, get the fuck in the car. And I pull out a box of memories and I leave it on the side of the road. I put the child in the car and we're on the way to Buxton. Now you would think that that would be a route, that we would scream out of town with urgency, but it's sedate and it's calm. Nobody wants to overreact. We're all being very, very sensible. We're all driving at 80k. And as the smoke blows in and the headlights go on, we're still calm. AJ's texting his mother to tell him where we are. And as I sob and as I cry, he puts his hand through. Just 10 more kilometres, Mum. You're the only one that can drive this car. Just get us there. So we arrive in Alexandria. We rock up on the Marthic's doorstep. And I have 6 chickens in 2 washing baskets. I have a cage of doves. I have 4 children, one of them's not my own, and a dog. But at least I bought dinner. I hand over the cash. It's 11 p.m. before I hear from Joe. The town is gone. And I don't understand what that means. How can the town be gone? And people are dead. How can those people be dead? What does that mean? And we were scared that we hadn't run far enough away. Seeing those people for the first time, you hugged them like they were the best friends in your world, whether you liked them or not. Just thank God you survived. And in that moment, they would share their stories. This person was dead. This person hadn't been seen. These children, they're orphans now. And as I'm driving down to Melbourne, I'm thinking, please God, don't let us see flames. Please God, don't let us see flames. And then I say to myself, suck it up, princess. Suck it up. The only thing you need to worry about in the entire world is in this car. You have 3 children and they're your responsibility. There's nothing else that matters. You get them down to Melbourne. You get them safe. You can go to Jelly then, but not now.
As I was getting ready, I was aware that there was a sunset that was vivid and low, you know, judging by the glow that was coming through the blinds of my bathroom window. And I was quite aware of that. And it didn't require any other thought than, oh, pretty. But I was not prepared for the first sight of it. The first glimpse of this orange, glowing sunset through blackened skeletons of bush. It looked like a monster fire right here, now, minutes to spare. The flash of it, like a sudden photo as I opened the front door, thumped me like a brick in the sternum. And I hit the deck. I do know now there's a brighter side to everything, but I didn't know it for 2.5 years up to now. I didn't know that there were definite triggers that tell your brain to flee, to run home, or run away, or be hyper-vigilant, to react to every sense of danger or conflict or discomfort. Nearly everyone around home has or had a hair trigger. Among my local friends who had different traumatising experiences of the disaster, whether they fought the fire face on or had to huddle in a dam or backpacking or were off the mountain watching it go up and not knowing if their families, animals, homes were going up too, or coming home a week later to find it was so unrecognisable and they couldn't even find their house, property or even street. Whatever situation they had doesn't matter, they have the triggers. Any little thing can cop the trigger of the panic gun. And later it could be something from very far away too that triggers the whole disaster itself. All over again, such as news of an earthquake in Chile or Christchurch or a tsunami, an earthquake in Japan, floods in Australia that kill people. You know, within an instant of hearing about that, you've got a picture of the struggle to come, even before you take your next blink. But after all the fires and the recovery, our town was like that. When one person had moved, we were hyper-vigilant, as I said. One person would move and all the others would just move with them. Why? What's happening? Where we go? What's going on? Like birds, like that. And we were constantly on edge. I'm not on edge anymore. Thank you, Betty. Now in the hand of purse patch. We know we are still the town too tough to die. Hey, thank you.